Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and we are looking at the GW E100, the Tier 10 German SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's being commanded by Marky 12, who is also a member of What Arty Noobs. Now, Marky told me that this battle ended with an unusual ending. I don't know what he means by that, but it certainly is worth paying attention to find out what it is, what actually happens. Okay, he's setting off for a position on the east of the map, probably over that little ridge line at the bottom end. Oh, there's an enemy train headed towards the town. Looks like it's a lemming train actually as well, because there's only one bulldog on the west side of the map, and there's a whole gaggle of them coming up to the city, and he's targeting an OHO. What was it? Yep, it's sitting there, or last spotted, grid square B6, but he's decided to abandon that because it's gone unspotted. And there's a Tiger 2 and the E75. He can't get the E75, but he shoots at the Tiger 2, gets a decent hit, splash of 488 hit points and critical hits. Okay, he's relocating. Marky's an expert at handling the GW E100, so he knows what he can do during his loading cycle to ensure his safety. Okay, he's now targeting the enemy in the centre. There's an IS-7 and a T100, those pesky light tanks that are so flat. He's loaded, he's aiming at the IS-7, he's got a nice tight reticule, rounds out, but the IS-7 pulls back just as the shell goes out, and he's out of reach before it arrives. That's unfortunate. But he's got plenty of targets in the town, and they seem to be having a bit of a traffic jam problem at the end of the road. So we can just see a Tiger 1, or is that a Tiger 2, and the OHO are jockeying for position so that they can shoot down the main high street at the 110 on our side. But he selected that IS-7 as his target. He's loaded. His reticule's nice and tight. So the round goes in. 323 hit points of damage off a splash and 2 critical hits. And a decent amount of stun there. And it's taken down. So he picks up 607 hit points of stun assist off that one. That's a nice score. It helped that he got the target in the open, so there's plenty of tanks like the Emil 2 and the T110E5 to put the shots in. But now he's aiming at this tortoise. It's the end of the road, shooting down the main high street. He knows where it is. Is he going to shoot? Oh no, the tortoise has moved as well, and it's obstructed by that house, so he can't get it at the moment. Neither can he get that OHO. Very difficult shot. If he does shoot, it's only going to splash. No, he's decided he's going to pay attention to the enemy tanks that are on the west flank. There's a Ripper pattern's been taken down, so he's now got an Emil 2 and a Pershing. And it looks like he's going to go for that Emil 2. Yeah, he's indicated his target key. Round goes in, but it splashes the ground ahead of him. Doesn't do any damage. Now, it's actually, I do advise people to use their T key just before they fire, in the hope that that target will be tracked, but it also means it might attract attention to that target once it has been stunned. Now, he's adjusted his position, he's almost through the load cycle, but he's instead decided to pay attention to the town again, because there are some targets that he can fire at now. And he's indicating to his team where he's aiming in the city. There's a Tiger 2 again. Okay, he's aimed at the ground nearby. And he splashes it for 321 hit points of damage, 2 critical hits. And he picks up some stun assist immediately afterwards. And the Tiger is shut down. Okay, going back to the west flank. He's helping both teams. He is the only Arty on his team, so he's got a lot of work to do. If he's going to pay attention, he really does need to switch backwards and forwards to ensure that both flanks survive. Unfortunately, there's only one tank left on the west flank at all, facing off against that Emil 2 and the Pershing, but the Emil 2 The Pershing's gone down, so it's just the Emil 2 now. And Marky shoots and wipes it out. 428 hit points. Total wipeout. Kills that Emil 2, but unfortunately a T-49, which we didn't see, has actually killed the last remaining member of Marky's team, the AMX 1390. So he needs to skedaddle out of there and move as quickly east as he can to get close to his own teammates for protection. There's a Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV in the bushes near the cap. Now he should be able to provide some measure of protection, but Marky's going to have to help him if he's going to survive. So he's aiming for that T-28, which is in grid square G3 at the moment. Can't see it. Now it may be behind that wreck, or it may be in the bushes for protection. More than likely it's using the wreck. But the problem is that the Waffenträger is some distance away, you see, so that T-29 is not going to become visible for a while. Yep, so he's decided to pay attention instead to the stuff in the town. Unfortunately, he can't get the Jag tank because he saw the red line. But he can hit this IS-3, and he's indicating his target with his T-key, letting the reticule contract, aiming ahead of where it's moving. Getting ready, rounds out. Direct hit! 538 hit points, 3 critical hits. That's a really good shot, that was. And the enemy have lost another tank. It's the E75 this time, one of the ones in the city, which means that the rest of Marky's team in the city are doing much better because they've killed off one, and they've just got another one, the T110E5. Or was that the T110E5? Well, we've got that T49 that was causing a bit of a problem over on the west flank. He's come over to the east flank now, and he's helping the ones in the city. But they're very low on health, so maybe this is an opportunity for Marky to pick up some kills. And he switched back to that T29. It's been found. Okay, it was in the bushes, and it's been found by the Hawk 12, who did a quick scouting run. And he can see it. Okay, now he can line up a shot. He's using his T-key. Round goes in. 485 hit points and 4 critical hits. And he picks up the extra stun assist when the T28 is taken out of the equation. But unfortunately, he's lost the Hawk 12 as well. So his team is now down to 5 tanks. The enemy's only got 4. Includes that IS-3 and the T-49 that was such a problem earlier. The Jagdtiger and their artillery, which hasn't been seen yet, but is probably at the far end of the map. Now he's already sighted himself in, pre-aimed, where he thinks the IS-3 was seen last, and indicating on the map to pay attention to grid square E6, because that's where he thinks the enemy is. Okay, they spotted the Jagdtiger. It looks like, yeah, he can fire around to one side of that building, but he can't get the Jagdtiger directly because it's obstructed. So he's going for a splash hit. He shoots the round in. Nothing comes back out. Now the IS-3's now been seen. It's behind those buildings in the centre. It was close by. It wasn't in E6, it was in E5. So it just moved a little distance, got behind one of the buildings. Now he can splash that. But the Jagdtiger's been seen and it's very low on health, so he can kill that one. And it's actually been wiped out by the Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV. And now he's aiming for that IS-3. It's only got 454 hit points left. It's going to do a snapshot on this. It's not really a snapshot, but his reticule bloomed as he turned the vehicle. He's indicating his target with his T-key. Rounds out. Ooh, right into the rear. 406 hit points, 2 critical hits. I think he's tracked it. But the IS-3 does take down the 110. And he's left it on 48 hit points. So it's an easy kill now for the Waffenträger if that Waffenträger can get close. Or is he going to try it himself? Marky's only 2/3 of the way through his load cycle. He's indicating his target with his T-key. He can hit it. It's very close to his teammate now. That's the problem. He needs his teammate to back off so he can whack it. Rounds out. Direct hit. 48 hit points. Good job that the Waffenträger pulled back. It stopped himself from... Oh no! The Waffenträger's been hit and destroyed by the Object 261. The enemy artillery managed to get the Waffenträger. So obviously his position was disclosed when he attacked the IS-3. And the 261 was able to kill him. But now the E75 is going around the back of the map. So he should be able to see where that Object 261 is. Marky's almost loaded. So we'll need to see. Now remember what Marky said at the end of the battle, there was something very unusual. So this should be a bit of a laugh. He's indicating that he's targeting in the dip on the far west side of the map. The place that Arty normally sits. In amongst those bushes or those dips, those hollows. It's not where I would go because it's a bit too obvious, but it looks to me like that Object 261 might be there. There is always the possibility the Object 261 has moved south. He could be at this moment on his way to Marky's cap. I don't think he would have gone through the town though. Let's have a look and see if that E75 spots something as he goes over the lip. Now Marky's indicating to the E75 he wants him to go cap, and the E75 is doing that. Marky's backing up and saying you'll spot him first, and he started capping. Arty got shit terrible. Can't really say that. He's got meh view range. Well, that one, yes, I would agree. Okay, he's capping. Marky's pulling back into cover in the meanwhile, just in case the 261 comes down this way. He'll get sight of the 261 before the 261 sees him. And he's covering his own cap in the meanwhile, just in case the 261s come south. Of course, the 261 might go Arty hunting, you see. It's happened before. And he's aiming where he thinks the 261 might come over the ridgeline, looking for enemy Arty, looking for Marky. I wonder. The E75 is still capping. He's only got 42 seconds to go now. And he's right. The 261 has come south. And Marky shotguns him, but it's not enough to kill him. Oh my god, this is terrible. He needs to move and move quickly. And move sideways. Have a sideways element. It mucks up their aiming. But who will re-aim first? Will it be the Object 261? Or is Marky going to ram him? I think he's going to ram. And he does ram. And he succeeds. But both of them are dead. That means the E75 has won. And it appears he's almost capped out. He had 11 seconds left on the clock before he would cap out. But that's a win. And a win with a suicide. Oh my god, look at this. It's a first class tanker for Marky 12 in the GW E100. He gets a bruiser medal for scoring at least 5 module hits or crew incapacitations in the enemy. And he gets an eye for an eye, which doesn't happen often for Arty, but it happens occasionally. And this one is an eye for an eye, which is particularly rare because he took out the enemy Arty. And the enemy Arty took out him at the same moment. So that was quite surprising. And if we look at the results there, yes, we can see that's quite a healthy score. Nice number of targets hit. If we look at the team score, we can see that Marky managed to get the top on damage, 3,635 hit points. The E75 came third. Marky also shared top level of kills with 3. And Marky came second on base XP of 943 experience points. Look at the detail. He fired 12 rounds. He got 5 direct hits, 5 penetrations, 6 splash, 3,635 hit points of damage, of which 3,125 was more than 300 meters. 1 hit was received, 1 penetration from the Object 261. He spotted 1 vehicle, the Object 261. Enemy vehicles damaged 7. Enemy vehicles destroyed 3. Damage due to the player's assistant, 508. Damage due to his stuns, 1,388, which is a nice healthy amount. And he got 9 stuns in total. He earned 44,270 credits on a standard account. After deductions for ammunition, repair, ammunition and consumables, he walks away with a deficit of 12,334, but he did receive 943 base experience points, times 2 for first victory of the day, and he walks away with 1,886 experience points in total. So well done, Marky. You actually did the right thing, you know, to, even though it meant your vehicle was destroyed, so was the last enemy, and that allowed your E75 teammate to win and the rest of your team to win. So well done there. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully I will see you in the next replay.